Welcome to KYU 24/7 News. My name is Blue Smile, and today, guess who we are today with here? We have the Kusa speaker and Jacom mwenye hapa. Na of course, you know there's a Kusa award that is upcoming. So today we want to know all about the Kusa award. Today we want to know what should students expect, all about the categories and everything. So before I talk much, let me give him a chance to talk to you guys. Just let him introduce himself. Karibu sana.
Yes, hello comrades, Samuel Adhiambo, Jacom, the Kusa speaker of the 19th Congress, and we are here to tell you everything about Kusa awards, and I've received several questions, notifications here and there. So we are here to shed light on everything that comrades are.
Students are always asking why Kusa awards? Why does the speaker have to do Kusa awards every academic year?
Yeah, basically Kusa awards, like I said in my interview in KU Radio, it is a culminating events of Kusa through the office of the speaker, which basically appreciates an outstanding excellence of comrades in different spaces of talent, academics, and creativity, innovations. Not basically individual awards, but also group awards like theater groups of the year. These are categories that basically appreciates the input that comrades have. So basically Kusa is appreciating the comrades' input and outstanding excellence at both individual level and group level. Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And looking in the past years, we've had the same Kusa awards, but this time you've decided that you're going to do them differently. Maybe you highlight on the differences that students are going to expect.
Yeah, the difference first of all begin with the heat of the event itself. You have seen the previous awards and this one. Yeah, the hype that we are giving it, it's different and it's quite unique. Yeah, its uniqueness begins from its publicity. Its uniqueness begins from its motivation of people to join. Its uniqueness begins in the entire process of us going through to get the specific awardees, those who are we are going to award, the participation itself. So maybe few differences that have been there is through the nomination process that we have. In traditionally there have been nominations that one person can nominate all the categories, all the groups. This one has not been giving it the spice that is required. And this time we will only have a single comrade nominating a single category at a time. So this one also gives the comrades to believe on the value of their vote. You see, when I come to you and I tell you that as long at the moment you nominate me, you're not going to be in a position to nominate any other person. So you believe that if you don't nominate me, then I'm actually going to lose. You're going to lose out on votes. You know? So it gives us an opportunity to go look for votes, to go and get more and more comrades involved, so that we are trying to avoid that multiple nominations. Multiple nominations is also going to give, it's in the previous past, it has given several applications that delays the vetting process. Yeah, so with that, I think that one has been a change on it. Another change that we have is we also have, we have always been having appreciation of congresses, of the year, which basically is a single congress for male and female. But this time around, we are trying to work out on congress persons of the female and male for both hostels and schools. Because you find somebody, a congress of a hostel, maybe Sambara, Longon, or Nyayo, sincerely speaking, they can't compete a congress of School of Education, School of Humanities. Exactly. So when we narrow down the scope of competition, that hostel congresses or halls of residence congresses have had complaints about non-resident congresses saying that they can't compete. See, non-resident congresses are just hostel congresses for those students not living in the school.
Yeah.
So they can be nominated as halls of resident congresses. So they fall under that category of hostel congresses, because we only have 2 non-resident congresses and we have 21 hostel congresses. So with that gives us a number of 23 participants in that specific category. And then now we have the school congresses being also appreciated differently. So that's a change that we have brought out this year, for also to acknowledge the hard work that the congresses are putting at the hostel levels, which that means that if if you don't award them, then they will never be awarded. And
Exactly.
if you follow even in the past 10 years or 5 years, you will just realize that no hostel congress person, however much hard they work, they have never been appreciated.
True,
So
true.
those are some few changes. We also have under the speakers recognition awards, where we have based the delegates position no longer in the leadership category, but on the speakers recognition award. This is just to make them feel that through the office of the speaker, we are appreciating that they are not imaginary leaders, like they are lying imaginary under the congresses, and they are specifically and specially recognized by my office and generally Kusa through my office, that we recognize their leadership, we recognize their participation, and if the budget that we are going to get allows us, we are also even planning to give all of them a certificate. Yeah, all the 33 delegates certificates just on that specific day of Kusa Awards, just to recognize the hard work. But these delegates of this Kusa year, they have really done a lot. You have seen the molding events, even Wafula has an event on Wednesday. The health sciences have done their events, the engineering students have done their events through the office of the delegates, and they are engaging in outreach activities. The School of Architecture, you have seen them doing such. So we really want to appreciate these delegates. School of Spurs have an event even today evening. We really want to appreciate that.
And we've seen that you really doing a lot great things there. So now let's get into the nomination. Specifically, let's talk about the categories. We've seen that this time you brought us the Dean's Awards. We have the VC's Awards. So, like, what was the motivation to bring such people, the VC and the Dean on board in these awards?
Yeah, the Dean, we are talking of the Dean, or simply the Director Student Affairs, the DSA. Under this, we always have the let's say the ember of academics, those top excelling students. Yeah, so under this year, we want to acknowledge the academics under the office of the head dean. Yeah, so we want to acknowledge the excellence through the DSA's office. Yeah, so the top performing students, that one will now fall under that, the top, and also the dean, or the deans of various schools, of the dean of the student affairs, can also now tell us that now, as a dean of student affairs, I've always been concerned with the student affairs the whole year, and I specifically think from my office, I want to recognize this particular student, this particular group. Yeah, so that one.
And the VC?
Yeah, the VC's award is also, you see, the VC is basically the boss that we have around. So one day the boss can now say that we are having an award for the employee of the year. So that one is basically now from the office of the vice chancellor, also recognizing students. You see, in his speeches, he always mentions certain specific groups, certain specific students who have done exemplary well. So we also don't want to provide limitations for that. So that is an award that he will award, and a person that is the one who will reveal to us on the stage of the D-Day of the event, and will give us a reason. You see, that's something special for a particular group or a particular person.
Okay, now still on the nominations, as the nominees fill the forms, there's the question of a lot of signings. We had a lot of referees, so students are like asking, why do we have all these requirements to fill? Maybe you can highlight them, maybe in terms of security and the privacy of their data.
Yeah. Credibility and legibility relies on the more information you give out. So you see, when you just say admission number, name, who are you nominating, and you leave, so it means you can just collect admission numbers around, go to KCA University, have students nominate you. So the more the details, the more legitimate they are, the more determining the students are to go through the nomination. You see, when we have a lot of those details, then I come to you, kindly nominate me, I want this. Then you see, you go to a different group of people which are not Kenyatta University students, it will be boring. They will not be interested. Yeah, because the procedure is long. So basically, we are trying to avoid such outside interactors of the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the date. Let's talk about the data of the it's voting or vetting. I don't know. Just give us a brief about the dates and then.
Yeah, of course, the days have always been relayed. The D-Day of this event is on 15th March on the evening of 2 p.m. until 10 p.m. In the night. We have the vetting. Nomination process setting in on 27th. We have now the vetting process. Then we have the verification process. We have the vetting process, and we also have the process under which we are now going to do the elections that will be on 6 to 10. That is a 5-day length.
5 day.
Yeah, it's enough for us to look for votes. And then after that, we have the auditions. You see, auditions are like we are having models of the year. We are having artists of the year, and we have specific committees that are responsible for that. So they're going to just now do a brief an audition and performance on the 14th. Auditions basically also means that the ushers also now they familiarize with the venue. They know I will stand here, the chief guest will be here. So arrangements are done in early time, and then we now welcome the day on 15th. So I think that is maybe the general process. And matters the date and the timelines, it's always shared out there frequently with my online team, and I believe anybody who has a question also can reach me table there.
Okay, so on 15th as we finish, we expect students don't expect just award, they expect entertainment, they expect vibes, they expect good performance. So what is in store for them? What should students expect in terms of performance and entertainment?
Yeah, before we go outside for performance or all that, we also have to first appreciate our internal artists, our internal poets, our internal spoken word artists. Those are some of the students that we are also encouraging them to come. I've received various applications. Internal MCs, you see, it's basically not that you are an MC who will be paid through the Kusa Awards, but you just want to have a big stage to exercise your talent. So you just come for maybe a 2-minute MC, a 3-minute MC. Those opportunities and chances will be giving them out there to upcoming comrades. So matters entertainment, a dance group, we are basically not going to only be engaged with that dance group of the event, but a dance group want to give us a commercial break of 2-minute dance, then they just come in. That is part of our internal entertainment as comrades, so that we feel appreciated before we now go to look for external guest artists. So on guest artists, we are planning something big. We are in communication with a lot of guest artists so that we find the best for comrades, and also comrades suggestions here and there. So at this moment, as we have seen through the posters at the initial stages, we have been in conversation with Octopizo if he can come last week, and I was also in conversation with Major if he can attend the event. So the things are going on well, the progression is good, and they are all willing. So we will find the best for them, and the other participants are also the ones that took part in our event on Friday, on the event that was there on Friday. Some of them we have engaged with them, they're willing to come there on Friday that day. So big artists will be there, but I will also like comrades to give us time also to appreciate our internal artists who will be on stage on that day.
Okay, so the it's called the nomination still going on. Just talk to your comrades as they continue nominating and as they prepare for the verification and elections.
Yeah, I'll just tell comrades that this Kusa Awards is very legitimate. It's very free. It's a fair process. It's credible, and a comrade should feel in the impact of their vote. Yeah, your vote matters for nomination, for voting, and also through the nomination process. There are comrades who maybe have nominated themselves, and they may have made the mistakes here and there during the nomination process, and their submission is only one time. Then they also I've received several people. I just tell them to send me their details where they made the mistake, so that we don't verify them wrongly. So the verification process will be a very favorable one, and people will be voted. So a comrade will find a chance to vote everyone, but they will only nominate one person. So voting, you will be in a position to vote everyone. Yeah, that you want, but nomination we will only be able to nominate one person. So that one is also, as much as we can't also deny comrades an opportunity. Yeah, so that one is it from my office. We are much willing to work with comrades. We are much also willing to get their feedback on whatever is going on. So through the nomination process that ends tomorrow on 27th, then we go towards the next processes. Go outside there, look for nominations, nominate yourself. It's also an interactive session that comrades get to know who you are, what you are for, what you can offer them. Some of these people are great people, they're great leaders, so we advise them that they engage comrades in the nomination. Yeah, otherwise, unless there's another question.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So that's it from Bwana Speaker here. We'll be bringing you the heartbeats and every breath of this Kusa 2024 awards.